What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and I'm back with the blazing Toku Moviethon. And this week is Ultraman Ginga S, the movie. Showdown 10 Ultra Warriors. I think that's the name. I watched it on my Blu-ray copy. So yeah. This is a really nice way to get the series. Like you get all these discs and everything. I'm not looking at this to get the name right. Yeah, I got it right. It says it right there, Ultra Warriors. Is that what I said earlier? I think so. Honestly, this is one of those shows, when I got the set, I really knew nothing about it. And I watched the whole series and the movie, so this is my second time watching it. I watched it in the Japanese and English dubs. I will get to that. And overall, I think this is a really solid movie, and overall, I like this series actually a lot. Like, I like the stories they told. Like, Ginga itself, the first series was okay. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was. But Ginga S had some pretty standout episodes. So, this was a very interesting thing. Like, there are very few English dub Ultraman movies. Like, I forgot this had an English dub until I was like, oh, I should rewatch that before I do this video. So I could get a refresher, because I've seen it, and it was honestly a ton of fun, and I will say that, and I don't know if it's because I watched the show beforehand and it's like I have voices and everything connected to these characters, so none of the dub actors really connected with me. Like, I'm like, well, that's not exactly how I feel like Zero should be talking, but it's okay. It's like, it feels like very much like that, like, not quite Power Rangers dub level, but like they took a person who was talking like this. It's like I won't be able to show you any screenshots. I do not have a way to get screenshots of this movie. Actually, I might, but I might also just be lazy. But like the main villain, like Italger, I think his name was, something like that. Italga, something. Like he had almost like a flamboyant voice, being like, "Oh, you can't stop me," and like they gave him a voice that was like the Emperor from Star Wars, like, "Yes, good. Let your hate consume you." Like it was kind of off. Like I was just like, where did the voice direction go? And I don't know what exactly it was, but there were certain moments where I'm not making fun of any of these actors. I think the actors did a great job for this dub, but there were some moments where I'm just like, that didn't sound quite right, or it sounds a little off. And honestly, I think the scripts were the same. Like, whether you watch it with the subtitles or not, it's the same script. So you would better believe when I saw that, like, fucking show was saying it's party time. 10 out of 10. Like, an overall, if you have watched the series, I'd say definitely watch it. Like, I'm not a sub versus dubbed guy. If you're just like, I just rather watch it dubbed because I don't want to read, 100% do that. But if you watched Ginga, I'd still say watch it subbed, because it's like you're used to those characters' voices. There's no dub for Ginga or Ginga S, so it's not like, oh, you could get used to the dub cast or anything. It's really only for this movie, which, thinking about that now, is kind of weird. That this movie has a dub, but the series doesn't. So I guess whoever picked up this movie was just like, I like Ultraman. Who the hell is this guy? Victory? Victorium? The Victorians? Victorian England? Rock people? Crystal Dog? What? Dark Lugiel? Who's this guy? I know Zeton. I don't know this guy. It was a really weirdly odd choice, but it was really fast paced. Like, it just goes. It's like go 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 go. Like, the whole story is like Italga, or whatever his name is, has this princess brainwashed so he can steal ultras. And so far he's like sealed like 7 ultras. He sealed Cosmos, which was the opening fight, and he already has Tiga, Gaia, Mebius, Dinah, Max. I think that's it. No, Nexus. That's it. But then, like, obviously Zero shows up because Zero has to show up. And, you know, he starts trying to kick some ass and everything, but, like, the dude's like, fare thee well! Bye-bye, bitch! And overall, I love the character interactions because, like, this is post-Ginga S. Like, I'm not going to get into spoilers for Ginga S. I will get into spoilers for this movie, but whatever. Why are you watching this if you haven't watched the movie? Thank you for watching. But, like, I like the interactions between Sho and Hikaru. Like, because they have to fuse in this movie. Like, the whole big plot of this movie is getting to Ginga victory, which I don't have a vinyl for. It's not a problem. It's okay. It's not okay, but it's fine. But it's really funny that they just, like, handcuff them together, and, like, Zero is supposed to help them train, and in my opinion, I feel like in the English dub, they made him feel more like, of, like, an angry dick, instead of a playful asshole. Don't take those out of context. And I will recreate one of my favorite scenes from that whole, like, training montage, like, right now, because Zero, after they were just like, we don't like your handcuffs, and he was just like, okay, let me just drop boulders on them. Like, just did that, and they were like, what the hell? He's just like, I'm just testing your reflexes, and he was saying it and almost was laughing to himself, but in the English dub, he doesn't get that laugh, so it just kind of felt like he's like, ugh, I'm gonna throw things at you. It's like, it felt like a lot more, like, malice behind it and everything. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, they didn't portray Ultraman Zero right, because he kind of was an asshole in that moment, because he's like, this isn't my planet. This should not be my problem. And, like, you do get that feeling. Let's just get him out of here. So, it was just, again, it was a weirdly fast-paced movie. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Like, the fights were exquisite. I loved the fights. Like, you got to see Zero fight Belial again. You got to see Dark Lugiel fight Ginga Victory. You got to see a bunch of different fights, and honestly, all of them were pretty solid. Like, this movie's, like, only, like, an hour, and it goes by pretty quick, and it's a fun time. And it's like, there's this story with the princess and everything, because, like, she's under a spell, but, like, there's really no, like, plot outside of them being like, your people need you, he's tricking you. Like, there's nothing else to do, really, about her. She's just, after she gets broken out of the spell, she just goes home with her magic mirror. That's it. That's her story. She learns that Ultraman aren't evil and goes the fuck home. That's her story. And, like, I don't want it to say, like, I didn't enjoy this movie. I did like it. Like, I've watched it, I'm gonna even say 2.5 times, because I actually evidently was, like, watching too much of the movie to prepare for this. But I really liked it. Like, this is a really quick one to do, because, honestly, if you watched Ginga, like, I would not recommend this movie if you haven't watched Ginga S. Like, I don't know how much enjoyment you would get out of it, but me, as somebody who's watched the whole series, I loved this movie. Like, if you need something else, if you're watching all through Ginga, watch through the movie. Like, it's good. It's fun time. And it gives you fun character interactions. And, like, that's some of my favorite parts of any kind of crossover, epilogue, anything. I want to see characters interacting and feeling, like, right. And, like, I think it was really cool, because it ends with, Sho joining, the Ultra Party Guardians. I think that's what it is. So the UPG. And, like, that's kind of where we see him from that point onward. So, like, when we see him in the Taiga movie, he's with them and everything. They're all wearing matching jackets. And I feel like I've gone through this one really quick. But it's a fun time, and the movie itself goes by pretty quick. Like, I like this movie a lot. And if anything that piques your interest, go watch it. It's a fun time. And yeah, I don't know what it is about Ultraman, but it's just like it's enjoyment for me. It's like it's like a Mario game where it's like almost comfort food where it's just entertaining and fun, and there's nothing quite like I'm not even gonna say like, oh, it's this outstanding movie, you have to see it. No, but as an Ultraman fan, as a Ginga fan, it's a fun time. I have to recommend that. But like I wouldn't say this movie's for everyone. So if you didn't like Ginga, don't watch this movie because you're not gonna like it. Like I will bet you that right now. But yeah, no, that's kind of it for this. Like it's a pretty quick one, but I I really don't have anything else to say outside of I really liked it. The dub had kind of weird moments. Like I also found it weird they were using the Ginga theme at some points where I could have sworn they were using Ginga S's theme, but I was wrong. I thought they swapped that around, but I was wrong after I looked back through it. And yeah, no, like if you have watched it in Japanese, at least watch the dub once. It's worth watching the dub. It's fun. It's a fun time. It's like Ultra Galaxy Fight where they have English dubs. It's a good time. So I think that's pretty much it. I can't wait. We're nearing the end of the Moviethon. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked. It's gone by. Been a good time. Good year this year. Got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff. Still got more stuff to come. And thank you so much for watching. Who was your favorite Ultra in this movie? And did they say a line? Because I almost forgot to mention that Takeshi Suno and Gamu's actor, I think, came back for this because it sounded like their voices talking. And then Tiga just was like, eh! And they just subbed it as right. And it's like, he didn't fucking say that. Like he didn't say it. He just said, yeah. like I overall really enjoyed it. Like, what did you guys think? What was your favorite scene? Like, again, my personal favorite scene was that, like, boulder slapping and Zero just being like, I gotcha! So, final words for whatever anything else. So, let's take it away, Bellarock!
Coming soon.
Next week's movie is Godzilla vs. Hedorah. That's it.
And one of my favorite scenes I will recreate for you right now, which was pretty much Ginga and Victory just being like, hey, we don't like your handcuffs. We're not kinky into this. And Zero's just like, just trust me. And then immediately walks over to a mountain and just does. My props failed me. I seriously tested this beforehand to make sure this would work, and it didn't work.